Welcome to the next episode of Drifting Cars that really should be able to drift all that good. And I'll go ahead and preface this by saying, as y'all can see with the TT, when I say drifting, I mean just sort of drifting to the best of their abilities. I guess drifting is in the eye of the beholder, whether you truly consider it drifting or not. Some people are better than others, some cars are better than others, but this is the best I can do. And, I mean, y'all have seen me drift before, so y'all can make your own opinion on how good I am. But anyway, I'll go ahead and get right into it. The last car I used was the Audi TTS, which was the fastest around a track for an N300 class car. This is one of the three fastest around a track for Group 4. Group 4 is a lot more balanced than N300, and Group 4 really has three top-of-the-line cars around a track as in speed. But those three are a front-wheel drive Volkswagen Scirocco, a four-wheel drive Nissan GTR, and a rear-wheel drive Alfa Romeo 4C. So because I'm drifting, it makes logical sense to use the rear-wheel drive. I don't know yet if the other two can drift or not, but maybe I'll see in the future. For now, let's test the Alfa and see if it is an Alfa drifter. I've used that pun in a whole heck of a heap of videos that might need to end. But it is a Mopar, so let's see if it can drift as good as some of the other Mopars. It's about as loose of a definition as a Mopar as possible, but it can actually drift as good as some of the muscle cars with a whole heck of a heap more power. Which is sort of surprising too, because I'm doing this on racing tires, which should have a whole heck of a heap of grip, and nonetheless it actually does kinda drift. It's kinda... It doesn't want to drift for too long because it sort of just cuts back straight, but that's to be expected because it has a whole heck of a heap of grip with having racing tires that you can't take off. But it's kind of like the Audi in the sense once you start a drift, it drifts okay, but it also sort of wants an end to drift pretty cop-picker quick too. The Audi sort of stayed as it is, but just lost power pretty cop-picker quick because it really doesn't have that much power to begin with. This actually doesn't have all that much horsepower. It only has like 301 horsepower or something like that, but it's really light. So it can hold a drift for longer as long as it doesn't cut back, but it does cut back quite a lot. So would I call it a good drift car? Yes, in the right circumstances, but the beta doesn't really provide the right circumstances. I'm having to drift this on racing tires, and well, that's just hard to do. Cars don't really drift on racing tires all that well. But I guess I try to make the best of a bad situation here, and it drifts about as well as I can, and well, it just doesn't really have enough slide to it to do much. As y'all can see there, it drifted, but it just had so much grip, it just didn't really stay on the track. But anyway, this is tuning it to the best of my abilities. This is a little bit more of a normal drift tune for a drift car. The Audi was something completely different. This is not too far out of the ordinary here. A lot of the stuff max except for the negative toe, and the ride height is a bit different too, but other than that, it's about the same. For downforce, I figured just the least downforce possible because then I have the least grip possible. That just makes sense. And the differential is always the same. Most highest everything except for brakes, and transmission is also the same, just a default 124. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and y'all have actually seen drift cars that are surprisingly not that bad. So maybe there will be more surprisingly not that bad drift cars in the future. Yeehaw!